Hi everybody, it's Alan back here again with more thoughts about composing the music for NYBBS 2020. I'm going to go through a couple of kind of wee technical things with you today about the music. I did mention in a previous video that all composers steal. Steal's not a very nice word. Recycling is nicer, it's a better thing. All us composers have ideas that we keep and we might use for various pieces. Now, I wrote some music for the Borders band last year, all to do with cowboys and Indians, and I had this little figure going on, which is a very kind of Aaron Copland kind of motif. If you don't know Aaron Copland's music, you should get to know it. Absolutely fabulously brass-friendly music. I didn't use it in the piece I wrote for the Borders, but I'm going to use that little figure now in this piece because it relates kind of to the opening figure. That kind of sound. So that's very, very important. One thing I have to explain to you at this point is I'm kind of self-taught composer. I went to the conservatoire when it was known as the Academy, and in those days, back in the late 70s, early 80s, there wasn't even a composition department. I did get harmony lessons and I really enjoyed them. I also don't think it's a coincidence that the likes of myself and Andy Duncan and Sandy Smith and Peter Graham were all roughly the same age, and we all went through the Scottish state school system at roughly the same time. Because to sit higher music back in the day, you had to learn keyboard harmony. Really, really tough skill to learn. That's why there was only two people in my higher class, I suppose. Looking at the melodic element of the piece, I've got this little melody in the middle. Now, I could turn that into a Scottish kind of melody by introducing something called the Scot snap. Something like that. As I said, I'm not a piano player, but given that little ba-dum, bum, ba-dum, ba-dum, bum, ba-dum, just a bit more kind of Scottish feel. And that's going to be in thirds and sixths. Now, these are good brass-friendly intervals. Addition to the third, 1, 2, 3. Sounds great. And also you inverse that, turn upside down, you get a distance of 6. Like that. Hopefully I'll be able to play the piano a bit better. I think that's really important in brass. I don't think we do dissonance very well. We do it to a certain point, but to listen to that for about 20 minutes would be, I find, too tough on the ears. I don't think it's a great thing. I think our instruments are more melodic, and in my next class I'll be talking more freely about that. You should be spending this time in lockdown as well as doing lots and lots of practice. I'm spending it at least a section of each day listening to music that I've not heard before, exploring new music, exploring sounds. Yesterday I, for instance, listened to a couple of test pieces by the Norwegian composer Torsten Agard Nielsen. Very, very good, very interesting. Not my language. In fact, I'm convinced my mum and dad would give me a row if I wrote that kind of music, but really interesting to learn from. So I'd encourage you all to do that and develop your own sound. Over the years, I've developed my own sound with basic harmony, just using lots of wee crashy chords. This tune that we're talking about, I'm going to harmonise in this way. Not many major chords there is, but they've all got little kind of wee bits of spice in them just to make them a bit different, and that's what I perceive as my language at the moment. I'd like you all to try and find your own language. To me, these days, brass band music, it all sounds like somebody's trying to be a Hollywood composer, a film composer, and I really want us all to be slightly more ambitious than that. I think you can all do it. The use of materials, another thing I'm going to talk about very, very quickly today as well. If you got a tune and a hook, and just a wee anecdote here, you might take a piece to a band and they'll go, you know what brass bands are like, they'll go, it's all right, it's not bad. It's okay for a cornet player or something like that. But to me, the acid test is at the end of the practice, when they're all putting the chairs and stands away or putting their instruments away, they'll start whistling the tune that they've just slagged off. Result, go for it. So I'm using this little tune, that kind of thing. And I'm going to be using that in various bits. At the end, I've got to go. Okay, so all the different sections and bands are going to have a go at playing that melody. Bum, 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 in different keys. Okay, it's called, it's called hopefully thematic material development, to give it its posh word. Again, if you want to get in touch and ask me any questions, please do so, and I'll see you again. Thank you.